Hello, friends. Welcome to the second episode of the Common Chaos podcast. I'm Dooms.
I'm D-Boy.
Yeah, and we're back with another episode, man. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
The first steps have been taken, so...
Yeah,
What
it's
have I
like
to
a
complain?
monkey off your back.
Yeah, man. I feel more relaxed this
Yeah.
episode, so I hope that's a good thing.
Is this why you do want to discuss like pre-production, like for the past 5 days? I've been
No,
trying
man.
to call this guy. I was like a bounty hunter, man, looking just to get one reply from this guy. Hey, man, what are we gonna talk about during the episode? Now today is the day we're recording. We still haven't had a pre-production meeting.
It feels more natural. Over time, when the production gets bigger, maybe we'll do that. But for now, I enjoyed the first episode. I'm getting a lot of feedback from people. The reception has been great. Thank you for everybody who listened on Spotify, for everybody who listened on YouTube. Thank you. Just keep on supporting, man.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Nah, that's
How
good.
has the feedback been for you?
You know I'm such a pessimist, né? So now when everybody's calling me and telling me, wow, dog, that was good, I'm like, yeah, right. Like, can someone just call me and tell me, yeah, that was terrible, man. You guys need to improve the lighting or the topics you guys are talking about, they're draining, blah, blah, blah. No one is saying that. So because I'm a pessimist, I'm like, nah, man. People are being too nice to us. I want to hear those back conversations that they're having. Like, hey, what are these niggas doing?
Yeah.
You know?
So hopefully we get a few more bad reviews. Or you prefer balance?
Yeah, let it be balanced. But
Yeah.
I've watched so many podcasts. I mean, even the great Joe Rogan podcast, when I'm watching it sometimes, I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't have said that. But now here I'm podcasting and then about 100. By the way, I didn't know so many people had my number, eh?
What happened? What happened?
Yo, the number of phone calls I got saying that, yo, just to, encouragement. I mean, like, thank you for that, guys. Like, I really appreciate it. The guys who actually tuned in. I was expecting, to be honest, like, what, maybe 50 views. I was like, yeah.
I would have killed it every
I
50.
know I've
though.
met like 50 people in my life. So I'm expecting at least the minimum, give or take, 50 views. But then as the numbers started piling up, now it's getting a bit overwhelmed. I'm like, how do these guys deal with like 200,000 views?
We'll
Like,
find out one day.
damn, man. But otherwise, how have you been, man?
I've been good, man. I've been good. It's been a good week. It's been a big week, man. Right? Yeah, it's been in South Africa. I'm assuming we'll eventually have international listeners, but it's been like a long weekend.
Yeah.
So Heritage Day. So hey, it's been a busy weekend, man. Events
Yeah.
everywhere.
Dude.
Events that went through, weddings that went through, events that got
through.
events that didn't go through.
Oh, yeah.
So it was definitely a long weekend, man. That's the best I can say about it.
Yeah. There's this thing in South Africa where like people are scared to be away from their loved ones during this long weekend, eh?
No, this one is dangerous, bro. That's why
it's true.
It's very true. Just to personalize it, literally, because like we said, it's a long weekend. A lot of people are getting married. A lot of weddings everywhere.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine was getting married locally.
Yeah.
And my wife was involved, like maid of honor vibes.
Yeah.
And then another friend of mine was getting married in Venda. One. So now.
So Venda is not local, though.
No,
I mean, like,
locally as in around Gauteng where we actually stay. So then when my other
That
friends,
is nuts, man. Like, if vendor people... by the way, speaking of vendor, since you are vendor speaking...
yes,
So,
Proudly.
are we not allowed to open the podcast like, Yenda, biri biri?
no. Wait, I did not think that's what he said, but.
I wouldn't say biri or something. Because after they say that, they'll grab a beer or something and start drinking. So that...
I'm about to take offense right now. No, I think those particular words are trademarked.
Yeah, they're trademarked, ne?
Yeah, I don't think that's allowed.
Yeah,
I literally think even if I plead that I'm vendor, I think I cannot say those particular
I can't
words.
say that, damn.
Yeah. But then in me saying that, my friend in Venda then also invited me after
Yeah.
my friend in Gauteng invited me. So I was like discussing with the wife, or no, it makes sense. We're a couple, let's split up, represent. So now I go to Venda.
You stay here.
When I stay here, she's like, hey, you wanna go get married on me? It's like, I wonder, you think I'm that dumb? We are not splitting. I am where you are. You're not somewhere exchanging vows and claiming to be at your cousin's wedding or something. So we're not gonna do that.
And it is the vendor guys doing this.
No, man.
Vendor Beatty. You know all these guys from Limpopo. Yes, they'll kill you.
I actually saw a meme. Wes is our camera, our very good videographer guy. If you find this meme, please just place it somewhere where it was stating the amount of weddings that are happening this weekend.
Yeah.
And then I think it's Kukune, like Mapedi, like right there, there's like 195,000 weddings happening in just that one region. And I'm like, I don't even think that those many people of age in that place, but it's because you guys do that shit a lot.
Man, you just throw it back. What can I say, man?
Yeah,
No,
but it was a big weekend, man. If you're not at a wedding this weekend, then where were you? Were you at a wedding this weekend?
No, actually, no, man. All this. Okay, maybe we'll come back to where I was. But I want to stay a little bit on this wedding thing. Like, you were at a wedding.
I was.
It was a white wedding.
It was a white wedding.
How was that?
It was very beautiful, man. It was very beautiful. It was friends, like very close friends.
Yeah.
So the homie looked nice.
Yeah.
Like James Bondish.
Yeah.
The wife looked nice.
That's what I thought when I was at your wedding.
Is it? That looked like a James Bond.
I was like, this guy's on a mission.
Yeah. And then the wife looked nice. It was very pretty, man. It was a beautiful wedding. It wasn't like the numbers were balanced. It was nice. Friends, family. It was a rather intimate event, but it was nice.
How long does it take, like, to plan a wedding in South Africa? Like, I'm not saying for rich people who can just, withdraw. I mean, like, let's say, give or take, you have a job, your wife's got a job, and then let's say you're looking at about, let's say, 80 grand a month from both of you guys. And your monthly expenses involved and all that. How long would it take you to have like a proper white wedding?
How many loans are you willing to take?
There's still a loan,
bro. I'm telling you that. Like, no, like, I don't know how else to express it. I think it's.
But
it's,
wait,
it's one of those things.
You got experience in this, so I'm gonna exploit it.
Why are you doing this to me right now? But okay.
You're the one who got married. So, do you sit down first and say, okay, this is my number?
Yes.
I've got, let's say I'm gonna throw a number out there. I've got 400K, and I think we should stick to this. Or
who's this? This is the husband.
This is the husband.
Okay.
Do you say we look? No matter who's contributing, 400K. We can't go over 400K for this thing. Is that a good starting point?
That's a good starting point. You're gonna go over it, but it's a good starting point.
So you must go lower. Wait, the starting point must be like 300K, so that when you get to 400, she must see that. Okay, now you're getting crazy.
Yes.
Okay, so you don't want to start at 500K.
I should have given my guy that advice. I might have actually not to think of it. Yes, you must say 300K.
Yeah.
And then maybe she'll try to fit things around that.
Yeah.
And then 400K will do. Because I think what typically happens at weddings, I'm sure that there's a version of an event for guys where that happens.
Yeah.
Is that the lady goes there and goes like, okay, my budget, my husband told me, get 15.
Yeah.
Everything more. For some reason, dog, the dress she immediately falls in love with, get the 8. Immediately upon entry, like it's like upon entry she just falls in love, and it's this one.
You're buying this, you're not renting out. Don't you rent?
Even if you're renting it out,
it's like 30K.
30K to rent out a dress, dog.
Fuck no, man. No, man. What kind of rental is that? It's like you taking a Lamborghini out for a weekend.
Straight up.
Just
are
the deposit and everything.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I like to believe I'm not lying when it comes to the numbers. Maybe I'm sure the numbers that I was.
So how much money is going out of Skukune?
Bro, hey man, if you want to start a business, just start a wedding company called Cocoon, and you're golden. You're golden. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you should just start it low, and then it's gonna build up. And
it's definitely gonna build up.
Yeah.
And you should just make sure never to actually say the actual budget, because like once something about that just jinxes it.
Yeah.
And then it'll balance the middle. But it's a beautiful day, man.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day once you have
you can't top it.
I don't think you can.
Yeah.
I really don't think you can top that experience. I think prior, we're just guys, so we're just thinking, man, such a waste of money. I could literally just cop this, or we could go way. Baby, I don't want Formula One, go guy, baby, let's go do this.
A lot
it's
of
easy to say that. A lot of guys do that.
They feel like
that.
they could say that,
Yes.
but they know the reaction they're gonna get from their life. Like, yeah, you're out of your mind. Like,
And I think once you have the experience, it feels worth it.
Yeah.
It definitely feels worth it post the fact.
Okay.
It
Enough
definitely
about
feels-
weddings, man. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I did like this is the first. I think it's the first year out of the past 5 that I wasn't at a wedding.
That's what I'm
Yeah, during
surprised.
this
I
holiday, yeah.
definitely thought you'd probably have been to the wedding or something.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, probably maybe the next wedding I go to, I hope it's mine.
Ooh.
But
You
anyway,
heard that here first, guys.
what a,
But yeah.
I said I hope, and I hope for a lot of things.
So what did you end up doing instead of going to a wedding like the rest of
Doug,
us?
so last week when we were working on a previous podcast, in my head, I'm actually hoping how quickly can we get done, because I wanted that week to run so quickly.
Yeah,
Because
you're in a-
Burna Boy was coming into town.
Yeah?
There was a Burna Boy concert at FMB Stadium. It had to be on the 23rd.
23rd of September,
Am I right?
Yes.
That would be on Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I wake up on. Actually, no. Yeah, it was on Tuesday or 4 days before the concert.
So you had copped your tickets, yeah? Like phase
Tickets.
1, VIP
Man,
vibes.
I bought the ticket the day.
It was announced.
Yeah, because last year, I went to his performance at DSTV Delicious. And man, I had. Okay, the event itself, everybody knows it was trash. It was people, they were not expecting the number of people that showed up.
Oh, the DSTV
They
Delicious.
underestimated Burna Boy's reach.
Oh, okay.
So when the concert came, they oversold tickets. When you're at the VIP, but you feel like you're in a tavern.
Oh,
kind of
it was
vibe.
that bad
It
last
was
year.
bad. Like it was horrible.
Okay.
But I went to the main stage and got to watch his performance. Coupled with the fact that I've been following him for a couple of years and all that, I had one hell of a good experience. So now when he announced that he's coming to South
It's just a
Africa,
one-man show.
I was like,
FMB
man,
Stadium, you're like, definitely.
this is gonna be the best show ever.
Uh-huh.
I'm busy organizing an outfit. Obviously, I mean, I'm thinking, like, guys, I'm not what do you call, what's the word when you hate foreigners?
No, don't do that to us. What?
What's that word? Not homophobic, man. Come on.
Xenophobic.
Xenophobic. Yeah.
What does that have to do with anything?
Listen to what I'm about to say.
Okay.
So the outfit I'm buying, I'm trying to look a little bit Nigerian.
Oh, yeah. You're trying to look.
A little bit Nigerian / I want to look like I sell a bit of coke.
You want to look like a mafia.
Yeah. Not really a mafia, but you know, a runner.
Like a
someone
runner.
where you can
I'm
see,
in the clique, yeah.
Man, you look at the way I was going for that look.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I might have some coke on me. Like, you know, like if you see me and you look at me, I might give you that look. Like, you know how people that sell coke speak to you?
No, I did not even know how they look like.
No, come on.
I'm serious. Like, I would never. Okay, I'm being honest, dog.
You don't know how a drug dealer looks like.
A Nigerian drug dealer runner. I don't know how that person would look like.
Come on. A Toyota Corolla with one door not working.
Okay, one must work.
At least, okay, the other 3 are working, but the one on the passenger side is not working. I don't know why, but look, man, I don't want to talk much about this because now I'm gonna look like
you are in the clique.
Yeah, but. I mean, there's certain outfits. But now I'm talking about the outfits they wear when they wanna look nice.
Oh yeah, when it's going out.
Yeah. You know, when you're wearing clothes, they're usually jeans, silk clothes, and they prefer things made out of wool.
Wool.
Yeah, where you can see a little bit of skin, you know?
Okay.
Like they want to show you something. So I knew, okay, I've got the typical idea of how a drug dealer looks like. So yeah, I'm going for that. So now I'm preparing for Burna Boy's show, bro. And now I'm getting the outfits and all that. And then...
So the outfit was ready even before that?
I had an idea.
Yeah,
it wasn't ready.
You knew
but
what
I knew what I was going for. And you know when you're already invested in an outfit, there's no way you're gonna change. You're like you know what you want.
I mean,
like, but the females are worse, dog.
Yeah.
Like I feel like females just wake up and fantasize about an outfit. If it doesn't happen, the day could go like bad. A guy you can at least compromise. Like, there's no blue jeans, I'll go for a black one. It's fine. It's still a skinny jean as well. But no. No, it has to be black. It has to be skinny. But here's a blue skinny jean. I mean, you can go. But now that will ruin their day. But anyway, I get the outfit. Okay, no. But anyway, on Tuesday, I get the message that the concert is cancelled.
So did you see it with the rest of us on social media, or they sent you an SMS essentially?
No. I saw it with the rest of you guys.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a rumor. It started off as a rumor that okay, no, the concert is cancelled. Wes, just pull up a tweet here from I think his name is Hopolo or something like that. He's good. He's a very reliable media person. Usually reporting about TV shows and all that, soapies and all that. But he's a very reliable guy. So he tweeted that the show sold about 17,000 tickets.
17,000.
And then now remember FNB 98,000 capacity.
Yeah.
We'll have to Google that, but more or less.
Okay.
More or less. We need somebody to check.
That's a big difference, yeah.
This thing's for us, man. We need somebody to check. But I think around 98,000 FNB. So 17,000, it doesn't look like a good sell for such a huge venue. So according to him, that's why they canceled the event. So those tweets were coming up and all that. So anyway, the event is cancelled. Now, I mean, I had plans for the weekend.
Yeah.
They canceled. Now I'm just and now obviously, and I'm thinking, dog. Do these companies ever think about that guy who has the same feeling about me about Burna? So invested in him, flight tickets, accommodation, book maybe a car to roll out in. But you know, these people don't usually give you refunds for these things.
Of course, that's what I'm thinking.
Or they do give you a refund, but they will give you a cutoff date. By the 15th of September, you should have cancelled.
And then they actually cancelled the concert on the 15th of September.
And it was cancelled, let's say afterwards.
Exactly.
Now you've got this big bill. You have to go to Joburg for no show just to be there because you paid all these things out.
Nah,
like, I don't know, like, I mean, like, there must be some sort of way this Ticket Pro deals with such things. I mean, if you can provide, I mean, if you can go to court, I think you can win this case.
I'm sure you can. But why do you think the show got cancelled?
I think it's the low ticket sales, man. What do you think?
The tweet I saw was essentially clearly from a hater right now, because I saw 1,500 tickets.
No.
I was like, no, there's no way.
Nah, those are definitely a rumor.
Because if I was not going to the wedding, I think I said that to you. Like, if I wasn't already committed to a wedding, like a very good friend's wedding, I would have bought those tickets too. So I'm like, in my head, I'm just thinking, I feel like I know 1,500 people would buy those tickets. I might not know 1,500 people, but I'm like, no, there's no way. Yeah. So 17,000 out of 65, out of 90 something thousand it's still low.
It's still low. It's not even 20%.
So what is it? Do you think Burna just doesn't have the reach he has, or South Africans are just broke or some shit?
Maybe we overestimated the number of Nigerians in South Africa.
Did you think it's like a full Nigerian show?
No, but obviously I think
he has more pull that side.
Yeah, he connects better with the Nigerian guys. But let's talk about the Nigerians in South Africa. Who do you think are the Nigerians in South Africa? Who are they really the ones that are invested in like Burna Boy shows, or they're here to hustle? Like, you know what I'm saying? They might not be here for social events and all that. The ones that are here, obviously there is quite a good number that is here for entertainment, and they're just here to study and all that, and they would love the Burna show. But the rest of the Nigerians in the country, man, they're here to make a buck.
But that's my thing. My thing is, I had no point thought of that about Burna. You know that?
Oh, you
I never thought of him as this guy was trying to pull the Nigerian people. Like, I thought of him as just like a global act. Like in concept, I know it's sort of minimizing a bigger thing, but to me it would be like if there was what do you call this venue in Pretoria?
Sunbet.
Yeah, if there was a Makazi concert at Sunbet, I wouldn't be like, oh, I overestimated the vendor people in Pretoria. Like, I just think Makazi has so much reach that she should be able to do Sunbet across the spectrum. So I'm trying to think. I don't think Burna is coming to South Africa with the intention of like 50% of those people being Nigerian per se, but I think just his music pool to me feels like it could do those numbers. He's doing those numbers in the UK. I don't want to believe it's just Nigerians in the UK.
Have you watched this show in the UK?
I have, and I saw a lot of melanin-less people there.
No, D-boy.
I'm serious, man.
No, the diaspora is the one that's supporting our African brothers when they're on the international market. Like, if you check the Burna Boy show, which I watched the show on Apple Music. The last concert that he performed at, I just forget the name of the stadium. Most of the people there are Nigerian. Most of the people. If somebody actually, Wes, you must just put up the numbers here of how many Nigerians are in the UK. It's a big number.
Or like maybe not naturalized. Maybe they are British by birth or whatever. But they have like some sort of connection
to
Nigeria.
To Nigeria.
Okay.
So, but anyway, all I'm saying is that I look at America. Okay, I'm talking America now. In America, I think there's about. I think the number would have changed by now, but 60% of the American population is white. And if you look at a lot of shows where Travis Scott is performing or Justin Bieber, it's mostly white people. But when Burna Boy or Wizkid perform in Madison Square Garden, it's mostly black people.
Is it?
So now you get to wonder that who are the people going to the shows? And for you to be successful in America, you have to attract that white crowd. Like, you have to be appealing to that white crowd. I'm not saying they don't appeal. Obviously, there's patches of white people here and there. There's a lot of white people that appreciate Burna Boy music, Wizkid music, Davido music. There's a lot of them. But they are not pulling up to these shows that they go to. If you look at those shows, it's usually a black crowd. I think you should go back and just check it out. I've been looking at it for a while. So, but anyway, bringing it back to South Africa, the crowd that Burna Boy is attracting in South Africa is urban. So, let's talk about an urban crowd. Urban crowd. Let's say you're in Joburg. You're looking at northern Joburg, eastern Pretoria. Central Joburg as well, and all that. But then now let's juxtaposition it to other acts who would fill up a stadium in South Africa. You're not supposed to be attracting the urban. It must be a mixture of both the urban, but mostly Kasi, mid-town, mid-suburban areas. You must be attractive to those people as well for that, for you to really do well in South Africa. You
Which is
understand?
then the thing, then, because hindsight is 2020. Who's this? Casper Vest, whose album we did not talk about, by the way, last week.
Actually,
we should. Let's just put that somewhere. But he did a couple of fill-ups. So is that a matter of we did not give that credit that was due at the time, or is it a matter of the marketing, you think?
We did not give credit.
I feel like we didn't, man. I feel like it was one of those things.
Maybe on a podcast, but I was blown. I was blown away by
those
that.
numbers. Were always great to you.
Those numbers. I feel like he's on a pedal still. Still. Today.
Triple and 10. Don't even ask me how.
Today, because of what he did in the past.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I mean, that's one thing he'll be able to I wouldn't want to say, but because he's a rapper, I'll use the word brag. But that's something he'll be able to brag about for the rest of his life. I mean, now you can see with the Burna Boy who's filling up stadiums in London, in New York, and all that, for him to not be able to do the same feat that he did here.
A couple of times.
Something, I'm sure he posted something to slight it. That, I did that. You know, I mean, he should be proud of that. So,
which okay, sorry. Sorry for cutting you off there. Just as a concept, because right now the biggest, if you were to listen to everyone, the Americans, if they were to say it, they'll tell you really like what is it? Nigerian music, Amapiano, the Latin music. That's what's creeping through. That's what's popping right now in terms of urban music and things like that. What if, given the no offense to South Africans, but our diaspora is not really as entrenched in other places as, let's say, Nigerians are.
Yeah.
Like I think we probably couldn't name the amount of South Africans in America like that. Like I don't think those numbers are great.
Yeah.
So what would Kabza the Small, for example, what would he need to do those type of numbers out of here? Because I don't know if it's a matter of he doesn't want to take that chance. He's not necessarily doing those amount of venues here. He's busy doing smaller and smaller venues. I don't think there's a club he hasn't went to. I don't think there's a car wash he hasn't been. Like the venues, at some point they need to upmark what needs to happen there. You think?
Sure.
Listen to us thinking we're media so vast.
We are
but
definitely,
just like as an
now
opinion,
we're
what do you
becoming
think?
media now. First of all, I think that for us to distance ourselves from media, the one thing I hate about media is that, like, when they see something, they don't acknowledge other things. So let me try to change that.
Sure.
Who's Kabza the Small? Like, Kabza the Small is the biggest Amapiano producer, one of the pioneers of Amapiano in the country. He knows everything you need to know about Amapiano. If you can give him a week to come up with something brilliant, it shouldn't be a problem to him. He's one of the most brilliant heads in Amapiano, which we've seen. I mean, one thing I like Amapiano, it happened in front of us. It just happened in front of us, and he was one of the drivers behind that. He cooked it up, and he did very well with that.
Which is important to note.
Yeah, well, I want to note that because now I don't want to. I'm not here like a lot of people usually wanna clickbait, by trashing other people and all that. But I mean, it would be crazy not to acknowledge the greatness of a guy like Kabza the Small. But to your point of what you're saying, the likes of Burna, they were here in South Africa as well.
Yeah,
they were here grinding with. AKA the late AKA with everyone else, yeah.
I still make the joke that that's the guy who did the hook on the lesser. Like every time he does something, I'm like, this is like, you understand? Like all eyes on me. It was just like, who is this? And now, relative to all those artists, he's doing numbers.
All eyes are on him. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So now, coming back to Kabza, Kabza is like the best, man. Like I personally following him and the music he's given us. Okay, I feel like sometimes he dummies down. Not really I don't want to be every week I'm dumbing. Everybody's dumbing down.
But I know people who took offense to the term, but no one take. But
okay, no. But anyway, I feel like when he's doing his own album, he doesn't disappoint. It hits. Like every time I listen to his album, spiritual shit coming out of that shit. But anyway, you look at him, he's been here for since the birth of Amapiano until now. And then now what has happened? The success that it came with, it meant he would get booked everywhere, in every province, every club, every tavern, every chisanyama, he's been there, he's done that. So I always wonder that, to your point of how does he reach that point where he fills up a place like FMB?
Yes.
I think the only way he can do that is if he leaves the country.
Leaves.
Yeah, like pack up and leave. Like that's it. Like, for you to pack up and leave South Africa, that's the only way your reach increases.
Do you feel he's like essentially maxed out his potential here?
Yes, and whoever is on his team should be obsessed with getting him out of the country. They should not be obsessed with his next booking. We should not be obsessed about his next weekend. Should not be obsessed about his next big song. He's done that. He's booked everywhere. He's charged the highest booking fee you can ever think about in this country. It's time to go.
Deservedly so.
Yeah, not to trash, but look, what does it take to go? What does it mean to go? When you go, you hit a place like New York, it becomes difficult because these guys in South Africa, they're having it nice and good.
It's comfortable.
And that's another problem about South Africa. South Africa is comfortable, dog.
This is nice.
Like it's so nice that you wouldn't want to take such chances. Because now, what happens when he leaves? Like when he leaves, he goes to a place like, let's say, New York. You're not gonna stay in New York and stay in the same place he's staying now. Probably, I don't know his place. I don't know how it looks like, but I imagine if he's
a downgrade somewhere.
if he's using his money right, he's probably in a very comfortable house, nice cars, nice everything. Those things can be. But anyway, man, we were projecting our
perception
on somebody else.
True.
We don't know where he comes from. According to where he comes from, he might think he hit the pinnacle. You get what? And he's happy with what he has, and that's enough for him. But for me, I'm thinking about a guy who's got like a world vision and what he wants to do in the future. So I'm thinking you pack your bags, hit New York City, get a studio apartment. you're paying what? Let's say $1,000 a month, and make those connections. Tell them Kabza is in town. Who wants to work? You know how many people are gonna?
But he didn't he get like he got like a music director shout out from Drake.
Yeah.
For the tour is on now. So I would think
That's a start.
if you have access to him, you probably have access to the whole music industry. Because as soon as he posts you, I'm assuming everybody goes like, "Oh, who's this?" And they start making contact with the team. So either one, he just has no interest in it, or the team has they don't know how to actually land that. Because to me, that's already takeoff.
Yeah.
Surely that should be
getting a
takeoff.
shout out from Drake is big, though.
Like he has executive producing
Drake
credit
concert.
on the album. He has music director credit on a concert, on a tour, world tour and that. So I would think that has to be landed somehow.
Yeah. But now the thing is sometimes you get a shout out, but you don't know what to do with it.
That's what I mean.
You know.
That's exactly
and then
what I
now,
mean.
when you get attention, like, I'm just gonna give you an example. Like, bro, sometimes let's say you're driving into a venue, maybe they take a peek at your whip, and then you come out of the whip, and then you can see the females looking like, wow, nice.
I like the car.
You don't know
So
how
I
to
like
react.
you now.
You don't know how to react. Like, you're used to hunting, blah, blah, blah. But now it's like you're being hunted. And you're like, hey, how do I take this?
Exactly.
So he might not be in that realm yet where he's being sought out. Like, yo, here's attention. What are you going to do with it? You get what I'm saying?
Fair,
but I feel like, really, man, if he could, I feel like, man, the piano he's done everything for South Africa. But I don't feel like, okay, I don't know for sure, but if they say Scorpion Kings FNB Stadium, 25 December, does it fill up?
It does.
It does.
I think it does. Like
does.
the numbers that the Sunbet did, the quickness at which they sold those tickets, I think.
So they can triple. I mean, okay, Sunbet takes about 8,000 people. And 98,000 is
times 10.
Yeah.
I think they can do it, man.
But
I
okay,
really
does
think they
Black
can do
Coffee
it.
fill up FNB?
Right now?
Yeah.
Oof.
If you're on his team, do you take the risk of, okay, let's book FNB?
Whoa, that's a good question. That's a good question. I do not think you take that chance because I think you sort of upped and moved, like you said, and he's gotten to a level where he's such an international act, and maybe for all we know, he's booking decision EBs. Like for all we know, the numbers don't have to be crazy, but the for less numbers, the financial gain is significantly more.
Okay.
So I don't know if you take the risk of attempting to do 98K in SA.
So, okay. Now, you are sounding like a guy who's on Kabza the Small's team. Like, now, are you saying that even after all these years, with all that success, there's nothing that can encourage you to take such a big risk? Are you scared of failure? Or are you scared of the results of failure? Like, after you don't fill up the stadium, what's going to happen? Like, what are the consequences of not filling up a stadium?
No, it becomes a question of, is it even worth filling up the stadium is my thing.
Oh, okay.
Is it even worth filling up the stadium? Is it even worth attempting to get 98,000 people in, attempting to do as big of a spectacle as the Moses Mabhida show was, Africa Rising was?
Yeah.
Is it even worth attempting to do that now, given where you might feel you are now?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it's a matter of no, he's smaller than the Scorpion Kings. It's not that. It's just the market itself. Is it even worth tapping back into it?
Oh, so he could make the money that he could have made from such a show, he could make it somewhere else without having all that stress.
Without having all that stress. Because you can't just go to FNB Stadium and just put your deck there and DJ and leave. It needs to be a show, man.
Okay, I don't know if you've got this information, but on the, I think, 14th of October or so, I'm not, put the correct date here so that the people, just put the poster for Black Coffee here. He'll be at a 20,000 Madison Square Garden in New York. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So are you saying that he can actually tap into that American market, but wouldn't stand a chance in South Africa? You get what I'm saying?
I do.
Like, what I'm trying to say is that I feel like he's done anything possible, given my theory of what somebody must do to be able to fill up a stadium like FNB. Like, you take a time out, make us desire you more. We can see what you're doing at the international stage. Imagine if you could see. I dream of a day just seeing Kabza the small Madison Square Garden one-man show, and a real one-man show, by the way. I see people are doing one-man show with 20 acts on there, blah blah. Yeah. Or maybe there's a one-man show, meaning you're the organizer. I don't know. I'm just kidding, by the way. Yeah. But I mean, like, I can really see him. After he works himself into the system, into the music industry, in that side, he can reach that level because of the talent that he has. You know, I feel like he can break those numbers. He can go into that.
Talent-wise, I think that's undebatable, definitely.
Like, what does he need? He just needs his equipment, and then he's sitting there. He can send the vocals back. The Drake vocals just got in.
Yeah, we're good.
He can literally say that. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And then, I mean, he's 10 times more talented than DJ Khaled. I mean, he can do a beat from scratch. I mean, how many people do that nowadays? But anyway, all I'm saying is that if you get the reach internationally like Kofi did, you go. Unfortunately, it's just so crazy. That's how the world works there, where you have to go prove yourself to the rest of the world so that home can appreciate you.
That's the messed up part. I think that's the thing. I think that's you hit it on top of the head when you say it's a fear of failure, because why would I know what numbers I do here. I know what my booking fee is here.
Yeah.
Kabza could almost project out 2024 out. Yeah. Okay, weekend day I'm gonna do so many, like, you know what you're gonna do. So having to take the risk of going externally and attempting it that side, it's a lot more strenuous than we'd give it credit for. Yeah. And that's the thing, we think of it as a medical act. Let's just think of it from a noble profession. Let's say I go to some guy who's one of the best medical doctors in the country, and I'm like, yo, dog, do you know how much money you can make in the USA? Just stop doing all those big ass cases you do here and go essentially start from scratch. He'll tell me I'm crazy. You understand what I'm saying? No. So it's just because we have this opinion on the ceiling the music industry have and on the direction that they can take, that it's easier said for them than for like another profession, if that makes sense.
Yeah, man. I accept your example, but it's not the same. It's not the same, bro. Because now we're talking about the reason we're picking out. We're not saying Rebecca Malope, or we're not talking about Ringo or Speaky Iri to go there, blah blah blah. We're talking about a genre that's exploding.
It's gone, bro.
That's exploding in the world. You get what I'm saying? Right now, it's a nucleus.
No, I literally heard that's another thing of the Amapiano thing that sort of pisses me off, because there are other countries and other people lending it so much that I literally heard on another podcast. I don't remember which particular one, where they referred to Amapiano as a Nigerian genre. Because those are the people making inroads that side. So they think of it as, oh, okay, I heard this Nigerian guy, so that means the Nigerian genre. Because we are, it's us. It's literally Amapiano, guys. It's named South African, like it's named because it's South Africa, but we are failing to lend it.
Yeah, the reason somebody said that is because of acts like Asake. I don't know if you heard his music.
I did.
I mean, he's doing piano straight. And he's an international act, filling up stadiums around the world. So that's what pisses me off. This is what they do piano, but Nigerian piano is like, bruv, I don't know if I would start rapping. And you can tell them, man, what is this guy doing? I mean, no, not that it's bad, but compared to what is manufactured here,
it feels dilute.
Yeah,
it
man,
does feel dilute.
it's not like any piano that is not done in South Africa. I'm sorry, man. I'm listening to it and man, we're going to shamanzi, like something is off here.
Something is missing.
It's good. I mean, they figure out the log drums, whatever bass they're using, blah blah blah. They figured it out. But I'm telling you now, if you can play a piano song from Ghana or wherever, I'm gonna tell you. And I'm not even a student of piano. Like I don't know much about it, but I know a South African cook piano than a one that's done from outside without even trying. So it's frustrating, man. But I mean, we can spend the whole day.
We could, man. We could.
Talking about this. Anyway, circling back to my outfit.
we really need to stop taking this off ramps, man. Because that's what we were talking about.
Yeah,
This outfit
man, we
for the Burna thing. Imagine. And then what happened?
Bro,
let's personalize this. Let's stop trying to solve music industry connection shit.
Yeah, but whoever is on Kabza the Smalls team, man, come on, let's get the guy out of the country. I know that Gucci patinas, they nice. Feel good on your skin and all that, but I feel like you can do better, man. Yeah, I feel like, not that he can do better musically or anything, but I feel like he's got an opportunity as one of the best producers to go outside, step outside and put his mark on the rest of the world. It might not be his dream. I mean, it might not be. I mean, like right now, we're imposing our dreams on somebody else who is probably comfortable right now laying in a silk beard. That's all he's worried about it now. We are coming up with some nonsense. Definitely, but anyway, guys, come on, let's dream big about that, because I feel like it makes me angry because it's one of those students who are in your class. You can see how smart they are and all that.
Like you.
No,
like how teachers used to feel about you.
I'm not going back to high school this week.
Not today. Oh.
But you can see the potential, and now it frustrates you because you can see it's so good.
It's right here.
Right there, and then it must be utilized and, become an icon. He's an icon already.
He is.
But I feel like he's an icon to us. And all I'm saying, 1 year in New York, 1 year in New York, studio apartment, all your equipment, all the connections you're making, you're gone. When you come back to SA, those people that are willing to give you 100, they're gonna give you 3. And you come, these guys. You come back to SA. I mean, let's say maybe it's tough that side. You can come back to SA once a month, do one show for 100. 100 can cover your rent.
Dumbing down like Trevor Noah.
Don't do that, though.
Get an ad for 33 million rands. Get up.
Jeez.
No, man. Tell me about your outfit. What happened?
Secondly, back to my outfit. So now I've decided that, I've already invested in a drug dealer kind of look. Yeah. So now Burna is cancelled, but I still, my girl tells me, no, man, let's just do something. There's the DSTV. Thames will be in town. Let's just go enjoy ourselves. I mean, we already invested that, we're gonna enjoy this weekend.
Was it the same day?
It was the same day.
DSTV
and Burna. I wonder if Burna was just beaten by that fact that the DSTV, because that place was full.
Was it? Yeah.
It could have affected things, but anyway. DSTV I think they've got a cult following for this DSTV.
So you definitely lose potential urban numbers there.
Yeah. The urban numbers we're talking about, they probably lost there. So
wait, DSTV Delicious tickets were still available?
They were still available.
Sheesh, okay.
They were still available. DSTV Delicious, I know you didn't sell out.
Don't lie.
I bought a ticket. No. I was with my little sister and her friend wanted to pull up. This is about 6 p.m.
On the day?
Hey, I was still able to buy a ticket.
Okay.
And I tried to check how many more can I buy, and I reached the maximum. Just pressing plus.
So you could have cop 30 on the day.
I could see, these niggas, they didn't sell this ticket this year. Last year you couldn't get a ticket when Burna wasn't. You couldn't get a ticket 2 weeks or 3 weeks before the event. Yeah. So, but anyway, I'm not comparing Burna and Thames, but Thames, you still have a long way to go. Yeah. But anyway, I'm still invested in the drug dealer outfit.
So now you're DSTV Delicious looking like a drug dealer.
I'm in DSTV Delicious looking like a fucking drug dealer, dog. No, this is a family. Imagine, this is a family event. I'm walking around with a man bag, some silky shorts, and my man.
I can imagine, man.
Bro, I'm like, no, man. I
yes.
should like this thing of being invested in an outfit needs to stop, man. Like,
Because you should have bought it Michi.
yeah, I should have bought it.
Like when you go to a test, you're like, wear buttoned up shit. It sounds like, don't wear wool,
bro.
Don't wear
You know,
wool
busy
to the
singing
Thames
Essence
concert.
there. I'm like, what kind of drug dealer is this?
Imagine, that's horrible.
I'm
Man.
away for you. What?
Wow, looking like
A drug dealer doesn't wait for nobody.
so nobody approached you and be like, yeah, dog.
Oh, no, thank God that didn't.
Oh, nobody tried to call.
Nobody tried to buy anything. But I knew how I looked. I knew how I looked. But yeah, it was.
I don't want to do this to you, but wait, just please, man. We all want to see this fit, please.
Man, that fit was
just
nuts.
attach it, man.
That's
I want to see
nuts.
how a Nigerian drug runner looks like, bro.
I should have thought that one out.
Definitely.
I should
But was
have.
it you didn't like essentially the DSTV Delicious because it was booked last year? How was it this year?
Okay, last year, what happened was DSTV just oversold tickets.
Yeah, it was too full.
Yeah, and so it was overcrowded. Nobody, I don't think there's even one person who could give a good account, unless apparently if you come early to the DSTV Delicious, you actually enjoy it and all that. But that day, I could tell that everyone is frustrated.
This is last year's one.
Yeah, last year's one. I could tell that everyone is frustrated. You know when you're standing on the queue and the person in front is complaining, the one in front is...
Everybody's
I mean, the one at the back in front, they're complaining and all that. It reminds me like when you're at checkouts and there's two white people, one in front and one at the back. Hey, white people can complain.
Hey, bruh, there's
and now
always
when
something.
they're complaining, they put you in, like they hype you up as well. Like, yeah, I should probably be complaining about this as well.
But Linda must not complain right now.
Why are there 10 tills here? Yo, Maro, why are there 10 tills here? And these two people working like
You guys don't respect our time.
like they tap you on the shoulder. Can you believe it? No, I'm getting mad as well now. I was okay to wait. I'm used to just waiting. Like,
But all of a sudden-
now I feel like, yeah,
No,
we should be
definitely.
mad about this.
It gets too much, man.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, like I could feel the complaints from people that, oh man, fuck, they're not happy with the event and all that. But this year, it was different. It was from the, like, this was a problem from entry, getting into the concert. I had VIP
Drinks,
tickets,
like
man.
everything was just...
Like it was just a mess. You couldn't get food. You couldn't get you could get food because there are a lot of food stalls, but you couldn't even get a drink or something like that. It was just a mess.
Oh, okay.
And then, but hey, Burna saved the night. We should have podcast about this last year.
Yeah.
But once he came on, we forgot about the problems.
Jesus.
He gave such a brilliant performance. I mean, obviously that's what made me buy the ticket for this year.
And
So,
how's Thames?
you know, I loved Thames last year. Yeah. I feel like, how do I put it? Like, music is tough, man.
Bro, that genre of...
Music
like,
is
that's
tough.
why I don't like it.
Because now, at the time, I loved Thames so much. I was listening to her religiously. But when she was performing, I felt nothing. Nothing. But it's honestly because I'm not entrenched into her like I listen to Burna Boy or something like that. Because I mean, unfortunately nowadays, man, our love for music is it's fickle.
It is.
It is fickle because the amount that we have access to is just bad. Like I mean, that kind of consumption of music, it obviously stains the amount, I mean, our love for the genre itself. No matter, I mean, our love for the art form itself. So, yeah, I feel like I felt nothing. It was good. She was crying, enjoying the show. Because people were responding to her nicely. They really enjoyed the show. But for me personally, I didn't enjoy
That connection has been lost.
Yeah, but maybe it's because I was not dressed appropriately.
Maybe because you look like a drug dealer. But no, man, like I think that's the thing with music. You sort of have to connect to it. And sometimes some things in the song, like where you are at that particular time, sometimes the connection, sometimes the connection happens. Because literally, like, who's this? Drake is my favorite, probably rap artist of all time. Caesar, I listen to religiously. I heard their most recent song. Did you hear it?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Slimy Art. So I listened to this song and I'm like, I should be feeling things here, but I'm not really. And like to this point, it's like the only thing I remember from that song is one Caesar lyric that pissed me off.
Which she said? What did I say?
That Caesar lyric pissed me off. I can't even lie. Because the concept of the song, maybe for people who haven't listened to it, is that conceptually Drake is talking about how he's sliming out women, like a particular woman, and then Caesar comes up talking about how sort of a response to that.
Yeah.
And then there's a line where she says, "You are out here lying to girls that you don't cuddle with me, you're doing all of that, that you don't give the money to me, I get everything I want. You out here tripping when your dick is barely third place."
Wow.
Barely third place, dog.
Barely.
I don't even know what that means. Because would I rather be put fourth place? Or would I rather scrape into third?
Third, yeah.
Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, dog, that's mean.
Translate for me, dog. What could that mean?
That means she's in the game. And you're not the best in the game, dog. Like, yeah, she's
right now, or of all time. What do you think? Because that's what I thought.
I mean, why would you hurt me with the past?
So you're saying you're not third right now?
Yeah.
So I'm barely third now.
No, dog. I mean, like, if a girl tells you about an experience from her whole life, if I'm barely third in your whole life, that's good. That's
a bronze medal is good.
Nah. For your whole life.
No thanks, dog.
You want to be the best?
Yeah.
Nah, man. You don't know the amount of gold
or nothing, no.
No, you can't be gold. You probably gold for someone.
I want to be consistently gold.
Nah, no. Okay, but now let's be serious.
Okay, cool.
Like, you are not living the Drake life, right?
I'm not.
Drake life is a lot of numbers. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, he's pulling up big numbers. So that number, the what do we call it in maths? The not quantity. I don't want to use the word quantity, but the data, like what
like database is more.
It's large. To me to go get gold in all those, it's impossible.
But no, my thing is that this was not directly to him. It was like to her. I'm assuming season numbers are not crazy. Even if they are, fuck Burley.
Barely third is tough. Yeah, it's a diss.
Just give me four.
Yeah, it's a
like,
diss.
My thing is, Burley third place, like, what's that mean like
It's complimentary, but it's a diss. It's a diss,
dog.
Yeah.
But literally, I'm just saying, I listened to this song and instead of like either lyrics that like literally hit,
that one gets.
That one was like, no man, I'll take offense. Like if somebody texted me that shit, I'd honestly be pissed.
Man, but you're saying something very important. And I feel like I've been feeling like this for a long time, man. Like when you elevate to certain levels in your life, especially your relationships, like when you get into, like, let's say more serious relationships. I don't know if it could get any more serious for you.
It's mixed up.
Yeah. But when you get into more serious relationships where things are real and all that, when you listen to the Drake songs,
They don't
hit the same.
I'm telling you something.
They don't hit the same.
Right.
Like, I totally agree with you. Like, I used to be always mad when artists would start doing some boring ass music and they're like, "Yo, I'm growing with my fans." I was like, what the fuck? Where you growing to? Like, dog, give us the same shit you're giving us. But now,
because you're also growing.
Yeah, now that I'm growing as well, I get to realize that when I'm giving the next girl 5 checks, whoever, blah, blah, next week it's another one. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
I'm not doing that. I
need
can
to save
relate.
money for ABCD.
I think it literally goes back to what you're saying about relatability, that in music you need that. So
you need to relate, man.
That's why it's difficult.
Yeah, that's why, going back to what we discussed last week, becoming the greatest of all time in something, it's so difficult. That's why, especially in music, we have to categorize music according to you, and we should agree with what you're saying. Given you ask yourself, you meet a guy, he's like, "Yo, Tupac, music, blah blah blah," and you ask yourself, "Dude,
nigga, you were born in 2002."
You're like, what are you talking about?
Born in 02, dog.
You get it? No, but even if, let's say, he's an old head,
and
he's been listening to Tupac since 96, you ask yourself that, man, there's so much better music that has came out.
Since.
The reason you like Tupac like that is because at the time that he hit, he was at the correct time for you, and it stuck with you for the rest of your life.
That's very true.
You get what I'm saying? So yeah, but the Drake, like right now, I don't listen to Drake's music to relate. I just listen to it for its art form, like to just accept that no, this guy's making good music and all that, but not for me to say this is what I'm gonna do tonight.
Because when you related, you were younger and you did.
I did relate, man. Shit, I would put on what is this song by Drake, man? What is it? With Loving the Crew.
With the weekend, Loving the Crew.
Like I'm thinking, oh God, man, my boys, we out in the city.
Let's go.
We're looking nice, blah blah blah, and now this girl is with you. She's with me. But before we end, bro, I just want to know, why do girls date in a group, dog?
I don't know, bro.
But is that a common thing, or is it just something?
I think they wanna rank us and tell us we're barely third place. I'm like, nah. First is tunes, and then one man, and then between third and fourth, I can show a D-boy somewhere. I think they literally do that shit to hurt our feelings. That has to be the only explanation to that shit. But because it happens way too often.
Man, I don't understand. Like, as guys, okay, the guy would. If there's a group of girls, he dated one, and he's gonna hide that shit. Like, he probably is not so proud of it that he's gonna, he's not gonna. Okay, how I wanna explain is that if you're dating girls who are in a crew, you're not gonna show up to that crew with the second girl after you dated the first.
Yeah.
But if the girl has dated two of us in a crew, that guy's gonna roll up with her,
and she's gonna be there proud.
Hey, she's gonna be there like it's all good. Like, oh, okay, yeah.
Like, what happened?
Like, it happens just like that, man. I'm like, nah, man. Girls need to up their game in that regard, man.
Why? I mean, they just, so your thing is that it's for them not to do it, but for them to just hide it a bit more.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't be that guy.
I don't think it hurts. I mean, like, one thing you should know about guys is that they don't care. Like, guys don't care.
So they say. So they say, my guy.
No, man. I mean, like, I wouldn't be obsessed about a girl I dated and now you are dating her. I don't think it's something
problems will never know. Huh? I'm saying problems will never know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'd be crazy about it. Like, if I was with someone and then now you are with them, I'm not. Should you ask for permission though? I don't know. Maybe it's
I
a boys talk.
actually have a friend who nigga came to him man to man about his ex. Like, oh, what dog? You can't do this. Like,
He said no.
Yeah, I said, oh, woman. Like, I
can't say no.
I know you didn't ask for my permission or nothing, but nah, this is fucked up.
So now, what was the friend's response?
No, what had happened was, it's like, you date a girl, Faye, and then you guys break up, and then I attempt to make peace amongst you guys.
Yeah.
Like, okay, no. Burna. Yeah, pal. Everybody, it's like fine, but then me and her become friends.
Yeah.
So as we become friends, that eventually becomes a relationship. And when they come, I'll be like, nah, dog. I bought machine.
Nah.
I choose one because now his opinion was that I can't ever trust you with the next ones now. Because you easily transition my ex-girlfriends into your girlfriend.
Why do you need to trust me with your next one? I don't understand.
Like I can't. What do you mean? You need to trust your boys with your girlfriend?
No, but I'm just saying now. I already did this with this one. Like, is this a pattern? Are you saying this is my character?
That's my thing. I don't want it to be.
Yeah,
so if I don't address it with you, then I don't know.
But you stopping me from dating her doesn't change me. You get what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying stop it and don't ever do it again. I'm addressing.
But can I take this one? Consolation, man.
Oh, fuck
give me one.
How are we? Okay, no, it's fine. This is how we. This is a topic we'll never agree on, probably.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying that. I mean, never stop people from dating, man. I mean, like, maybe
it's not worth it.
You never know. Next thing, you're at the best man at the wedding of your ex.
And you're barely third place that time.
You barely third place. That's the theme for us today, man.
Definitely. If we title our episodes, this one will be called Burly Third Place.
Yeah, man.
No, definitely.
Nah, man. Anyway, I feel like last week we went a bit overboard, and it seems like we're going overboard again today.
It seems like we are again.
Yeah, man. But anyway, man, I think we chilled well. We'll just pick it up again in the next episode. I think this is a good place to stop this episode, man.
Thank you guys for tuning in again. Please listen to us on Spotify, listen to us on YouTube, give it a subscribe, like, all of those things that people say you must do. Please continue to do that.
All right. This is a Common Chaos Podcast, episode 2. And I'm Tooms.
And I'm D-Boy.
And cheers. See you in the next episode. Let go.